is here. It is October. It is getting into spooky season. It is also getting into the festive period. It is now when, if we want to have the most successful Christmas, and by successful I mean most financially viable, most stuck to the budget, most having an amazing time without spending too much money kind of Christmas, we need to be talking about it now. I know some of you are probably groaning, probably already thinking, why are the things already in store? But do you know what? They've been there a few weeks because they are ready for us guys who want to stick on a great budget, who want to have a great time and make sure that we do it without going into debt, without finding things running out of control, running out of steam, running out of everything else. This video is going to help you stay on track. It's going to get you ready, it's going to get prepared, it's going to get you in the mood for having a fantastic Christmas and making sure that you do it and you do it well, and you come away from the end of your Christmas period smiling, happy, and knowing you've not gone over budget and knowing that you still had a great time. Let's get stuck into this video because we're going to be talking about these tips that are going to make sure that you have the best Christmas with a champagne lifestyle without spending too much money. If you've been on this channel a while, or even if you've not, then there's a bit of a clue in the channel name of this one. This is the Budget Mum UK, which means that you should know what my number one tip is going to be. It is going to be write yourself a budget, write yourself a plan, get all the information down, and I'm not just talking the really obvious things, I'm talking about every single thing that you are going to be spending over Christmas that you probably wouldn't normally spend, things that are definitely not your norm. So you know, you're not normally going to go out and buy Christmas crackers, for example, you're not normally going to go out and buy a new Christmas tree, but you need to be thinking about everything. Now you can jot everything down, you can write everything down, make yourself a list, and the earlier you do this is a tip within a tip, the earlier you do this, the easier it's going to be, the easier it's going to be on the big day, the more cost effective this is going to be, and I'll talk about why in a few moments. But also the more prepared, the less stressed you're going to be, the more organised you're going to feel. It has so much benefits of you writing down, start your list. Now, you know I love a budget, you know I love a good tick list, you know a good checklist, and the good news is that I have uploaded one. If you are not already on our Facebook page, get on our Facebook page. You can head to the Facebook page, and in there in the documents section I will have uploaded an Excel spreadsheet to get you started. Now, it's not everything, it's not complete, it's just the basics that you're going to need, and it's just a bit of a starting point, absolutely free. Get over there. You need to join the Facebook group to get it, but that's also free. But yeah, I'll put the link down below. You'll be able to find that. There's loads of other tips and hints and everything that goes on in there all the time, which I love. It's a nice little community. We have a bit of a chat every so often. It's all good. And the other good thing, if you want to get really into depth with your planning, if you want to spend a little bit more time, I have got, and it's been on for about a few days now, my Ultimate Christmas Planner. The Ultimate Christmas Planner has got everything in it. So I've already started mine, from savings challenges like this one. We've got calendar planners for November, December. Well, yeah, we've got things like your planning timeline, which I found really useful. So it just tells you everything that you should be expecting to do. 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. And basically, from 2 weeks before, all you've got to do is relax and enjoy all the festivities. I've even got a section on movies to watch because I don't know about you, but I love a good Christmas movie. It's Die Hard a Christmas movie. People of who you're going to buy for, whether you're doing Christmas card lists, savings trackers, stocking stuffers. I've even got a section on Elf on the Shelf with some ideas that you can use and a little calendar set out so that you can put your own ideas in there. It's honestly, it's got everything you could need. Your Christmas shopping list, your Christmas dinner plan, you've got so much in there. And if you really want to get really serious, honestly, it's not very much. It's on there. It's in an A5 size. It's just really handy. The good thing about putting it in the A5 size is you can put it in your bag, take it with you, because you've got things like your shopping lists that you want to buy, and then as soon as you see those things on an offer and that meet your price that you want to do, you can give it a tick. You've got it to hand. You're not going, oh, what did I say I was going to buy for Uncle Fred? What did I say I needed for Christmas dinner? What have I not got enough for? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's ready, it's handy, it fits with you, takes with you. It's not too big, it's about 36 pages, no brainer. Even if you're not doing the whole planning, make sure you've got everything down. Write down the people that you want to buy for. if that's what you want to do, write down your budget, have a look at how much you've already got, look at how much you now need to save between now, and this is why we start now, between now and then you've got yourself a bit of a plan then to start of how much do you need to save each week, each day, each month. We've only got 2 left, but you get the idea. You're ready then, you're ahead of the game, you can see the bigger picture, you've got your end goal, nothing's going to stop you. Tip number 2 is to do a bit of an inventory of everything that you already have. This could be from everything down to like the spices and your herbs and everything else that's already in your cupboard in terms of food, but also I've got a Christmas cupboard, I've got, well, present cupboard, and I've recently gone and done a 30-day challenge. I've gone and I've pulled everything out, wardrobes, cupboards, drawers, you know, all the places where you just throw things and kind of forget about. That I am including my present cupboard in, and I could not, genuinely, couldn't believe all the presents that I actually had in there and I'd forgotten about. So I would buy, say for example, in the January sales, I'll go and buy like really nice handbags from Accessorize or Monsoon, where they were really lovely quality and a great brand and things, and then just keep them and either give them as gifts throughout the year, or if I've got more than one of the same thing, I might buy a couple to give to my sister-in-law so I know they've got the same thing. It means that they're getting a better item for less money, and I feel like I've got a good deal and I know I bought them something really nice. But I've done that a few times and then forgotten what's in there. I've even found a gift set that I bought probably 3 years ago, a Soap and Glory one, and it was so nice I didn't even want to give it to anybody. It was on one of those Boots star deals, but also I haven't used it either. So I either open it, and this is one of my next tips which I'm going to come to in a moment, either open it and I get on and use it myself, or I can actually potentially gift that to somebody. So there's in there, so yeah, take a stock inventory, find out what presents you've already got in there, even if they are presents that you were gifted and you need to re-gift, as long as you know who they came from in the first place. And have a look through at your wrapping paper, have a look through your sellotip, your scissors, the things that you probably wouldn't have thought about unless you write them down on that list. Have a look at those. Do you actually need to buy more? I'm a nightmare for going, oh, that, you know, January sales, great, that Christmas wrapping paper is on a deal. I'll go and stock up on that. But actually, I've still got 6 rolls from last year or the year before that I've not yet used. So when you've written your list, go back, check your inventory. Can you then marry up some of those gifts to people that are already on your list? Save yourself some cash there. Can you cross some things off your list because you've already bought them without realising whether that is like your dry goods, tin goods? Do you actually need some more tin foil, or do you already have like 3 of them in the cupboard because that was on a really good offer the other week in Asda? Whatever it is, check through. Do not duplicate up on things, especially if you're on a really tight budget this year. This next tip I have just dropped onto with a really good deal. I'm going to share it with you. It is one I've kind of already done before, but also I feel like I've just got so much more out of it this year. I feel like other people are now becoming aware of how much and how expensive Christmas is, that, I mean, in terms of the bigger scheme, that they're sort of aiming to get these free things out there for you. You know I love a freebie. This tip is to sign up to your local council Facebook sites, your library, anything that's in your local area, children's, whatever it is. They will let you know when they've got events on. Now, I have been signed up to my local council websites for years. However, a friend messaged me about a week ago, said, look, have you seen there's a big light parade on? It's free, it's at the local park, that's a 5-minute walk from me. We've got this big event on, we'll make a night of it, we'll take the kids, we'll go to the local spoons on the way home. I'm like, that's great, because I know some of the major sort of country parks that and the zoos, things that have got all these light parades on, and they're charging a small fortune for them. I do like to get out on lots of little trips that make things magical, especially when you've got little ones. But if you can get some freebie ones thrown in there, it just heightens that experience. It adds the Christmas element, and when it's free, you don't mind doing it at all, and it feels just so much better. That is the gift of Christmas, free things. That's what we're going to work with. We are, and it is well documented, we're in a bit of a financial crisis, but people still want to enjoy Christmas. We can do all these things and set up all these budgets, but they know that you need help. have a look. There'll be something out there guaranteed for you. The libraries have got loads of different things on, especially when you've got the little ones, whether that's crafting, activities. Love the library things. It gets the children interested in books as well. Get yourself out there. And it's not just for Christmas. I know this is a Christmas video, but it's everything. So like Halloween, bonfire, there's things going on all the time. You've just got to be in the know. Tip number 4, if you haven't already, you should be saving all your change in a pot, whether that's physical or whether that's digital. There are enough apps out there now that are really good at helping you to save your change, and you don't even need a special app if you don't want to. I love having a separate little account that I spend 10 seconds with the end of every single day, logging on to my digital bank account, throwing over any change, whatever I want it to be, to round it down to the nearest whole pound, or the nearest £10, or the nearest £5, whatever I'm feeling that day. However rich I'm feeling that day, if I feel like I've got loads of money, and then I'm happy to throw even more into my little savings pot, it builds up. And it can be an easy access saver, which I've got 5.2% on at the moment from Santander. It can be whatever, just something where you're throwing your change, taking the cream off the top of your current account, whatever that might be, and throwing it somewhere else, and you will be so surprised at how easy it is to save and add up all those extra pennies, because we all know the pennies take care of the pounds. But when you don't even notice it, when it's not even impacting you really financially, and you're still managing to grow some sort of savings and some sort of pot, it's brilliant. So, for example, if you had £153 and 17 pence in your account at the end of the day, you can choose to take over that 17 pence and put it in your pot. Maybe you want to take the £3 and 17 pence and put it in your pot. Maybe you want to put the £5 in, or £8 17 pence, whatever works for you. Put it into that pot, and it doesn't even have to be every day, but if you're doing it regularly, consistently, over time, this will build up. Now, if you haven't already started it, that's fine. You've still got several weeks now until Christmas. So you can either choose to do it, like I said, digitally, or if you spend in cash, you'll know I've been working on the penny saving challenge on this one. The idea being that by the end of the year, with the penny saving challenge, I can save £667 and 95 pence. And it looks like there's a lot of white spaces in there, but do you know what? These are the really easy numbers to hit, and I'm quite confident that if I crack on with this, I should have a great inroad towards Christmas, if not a completed jar. So if you work in cash, whatever change you find, whatever money that is that left over, throw it into your penny saving challenge. You can get these on lots of different places. You can get them on my Etsy store. Make your own, whatever you want to do. But it doesn't even have to be the penny saving challenge. You just get a jar. Get yourself a physical jar, throw the money in. As long as nobody else is going to go raiding it for a takeaway on Friday night, you're making massive inroads without even realising, without even being onerous whatsoever. Just start it. Because the sooner you do it, the more money you're going to make. It's lovely to start at the start of a new year, of course it is. And maybe if you haven't already done it this time, you might want to start it in January. It's a fantastic challenge to do. You'll be so glad that you did. Make a gift pack. Right. Every year, for as long as I can remember, I have suggested to my family, to my brothers, that we make a gift pact, whether that is either having a maximum budget, whether that's saying, look, we'll do something for £10, or whether that's saying, let's just forget the adults this time, it's getting a bit too much, whether it's saying, let's do an alternative. And there are so many different options you can do with the gift pack. So you can say, look, let's set ourselves a maximum budget per person, then nobody's feeling like they can not afford it, or they know how much is in everyone's kind of general budget. They know that nobody's going to feel like they've been overspent on, and that they've not been able to reciprocate equivalently. You could say, let's just do token gifts, or even let's just say we'll just sort out the kids this year. That sort of can be a bit tricky when one family, for example, has only got one child, or somebody else has got 3, and it feels like it might be a little bit unfair. My brother this year has said, look, we're not going to really be doing Christmas this year, but I'm going to take you out for a meal. I mean, it might not even be Christmas, it might be January, you know, when the restaurants are offering all the different great deals just to entice you back in and spend some cash, which I think is a great idea. You're supporting local businesses, and B, you're getting a bit of a longer Christmas treat actually. I feel it's a nice way to get together and have that family time, especially when Christmas, it can be really, really busy. You're trying to cram in to see everybody. Doing something like, let's take you out for a meal with a set menu, £10, £15, that way you know exactly what's going on. Suggest other people, you might want to buy your own drinks. If you want a drink, that's up to you. We're not buying those, we're just buying food. It's a great way of staying on track, staying on budget as well. Something I'm going to be doing, because I've already got it down in my plan, is making some Christmas gifts. I'm going to be sharing lots of these video ideas on here for you for Christmas in the next few weeks. Honestly, I've got some bargains for you. Some slightly higher end, some not as much. But also it means that I'm able to use up some of the products that I've already got in, like leftover Christmas ribbon, bows and things as well. Putting together a hamper for somebody like parents, who can be sometimes quite tricky to buy for, is a really nice and indulgent way of getting lots of fantastic things, getting those homemade items in there. And they can look really expensive if you buy them from these artisan little one-off shops. They are quite expensive, and perhaps rightly so. I've just got some great ideas for you and hacks, and I'm excited because I already know what I've got and I've got it planned. Can't wait to share them for you. If you think that's something of interest to you and you've not already signed up to this channel, definitely do it. It's free, which helps. And we've got some great things coming, I know, that you are going to love. It's just something else to think about. Have a bit of a Christmas gift pack. Think about what's worked for you and your family, your friends. Go from there. It might be that you prefer to have an experience like a meal out. Oh, why not say, let's all have a day at a local country park, or let's all go and do something together, spend an evening, have a quiz night, whatever it is. I'm thinking back to all those lockdown family occasions that we sort of got right into when we couldn't go and see family. But those things that you could do when you finally saw your family, think of those, think how happy they made you. You didn't want material gifts off them, you wanted time. And time can be a really, really valuable thing. So that is it. That is my top tips for you this Christmas 2023. There's some things in there that you might have already thought about, some things that you're just sort of glad to be reminded of, but the main key thing I want you to take away from this is to plan. There's nothing that's going to cost you anything other than just a bit of time if you sit down now and start to do that planning. And I promise you, your Christmas self will thank you when you are sat down, relaxed, several days before everybody else, enjoying your Christmas and not feeling stressed, not feeling worried that you've got to still pay for it in January, but you get to really make the most out of Christmas, and that's what's really important.